This simple ad right here took less than 5 minutes to make and has made my business over $61,000 in revenue. And in this video, I'm gonna break down the full ad strategy and show you exactly how to set one up for yourself too. If you wanna go through the funnel yourself, I'll actually have a link in the description below. It's to my paid ads mini course. That's what we're gonna be breaking down in this video today. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in. All right, and to show you guys proof that we made $61,000 with this ad, I pulled up my Hyros data. This is my tracking software that I use for all my ads. And you'll see it over here. This is that same ad, right? We spent around $30,000 on this ad. And in trackable revenue, there's a lot that we can't track. Just in trackable revenue, we've made $61,655, which has booked us 110 calls, added 2,360 people to our email list. It's sold up 20 clients, right? And our cost per client is about $1,500. And all of our offers are 5 to 10K. So as you can see, like I'm happy. Anytime I can spend less than $2,000 to get a 5 or 10K client, I'm happy. I'll do that all day, every day. Okay. So ROAS on this, just on the front end, we still have a lot of contract value coming in, is 2.48, which is great. Right? All right, next I want to show you the actual design and how I made this. So this is the ad. It is one of the simplest ads I've ever made, right? It's a little Twitter style ad. It's got me in the corner up here. It says how to get more fitness coaching clients, right? Or how to get more fitness clients. I did test this against how to get more coaching clients, but that was bringing in like life coaches, business coaches, marketing coaches. And when I just said fitness coaches, I got a lot better leads. So that's all the headline is. It's just how to get the thing that they want to get. And then I give them 3 steps to take. Step 1 is to download my Instagram ads mini course. It's normally $9.97, but it's free today, right? And that's what's linked in the ad. Then it says launch ads and sign 5 to 10 clients a month, which is the goal outcome they want to achieve. And then step 3 is save time with a proven method to grow your business without the grind. Download the mini course today. Okay. This is such a simple ad, right? I used to get sometimes I still do, I'll go in, I'll be like, I need to film a video. I need to get a copywriter, or I need to write a really good ad. I need to film the video. I need to send it to an editor. And that whole process can take days, even like weeks, right? If you send it to an editor, they send you back the first draft. You got to give revisions. And what I found just in my own personal experience with my ads, we can even jump back into Hyros here, is that a lot of my best performing ads, these are kind of top 3, are just text-based. And the reason for this is that oftentimes cold traffic doesn't know my face. They don't know who I am. So if I can show them something that they want really quick, you can see that I've actually got a pretty good ROAS when I don't show my face. So this is one ad. This is another screen recording ad. Again, 2.31 on the front end, which is great for a 5 to 10K client. Same thing over here. These are just text-based ads with some bullets, or just like the offer, right? ROAS over here is crazy, 5.66. Over here, 8.881. Just image ads, right? We do tend to do video ads for retargeting because people have already seen my face. They already have some trust built in, especially if they went and watched a video training. But I found that these ads on the front end can do really good at just bring in your ideal clients to then bring in your funnel to then you can retarget with video ads. So this is the ad. Very, very simple. Again, it took 5 minutes or maybe less to make. And what I want to do now is I want to break down and pull up my ad account to show you the targeting that I've got for this ad, and kind of just show you the full breakdown of this, okay? So let's go ahead and jump in. The lookalike stack. Yeah, this is the one that's booked a bunch. So let's just open this thing up. So how I have this ad set up here, I have it as a conversion ad, and it's optimized for schedules. If you're spending enough money and you're booking enough calls, or your pixel essentially is trained up well enough, you can just optimize these ads for schedules. So that's what I have this optimized for, because I've had thousands of calls scheduled since I've used Facebook ads. I can just say, hey, I want you to find people like this, and it'll find them. So this is optimized for booked calls. And right now I'm spending about $200 a day. It's gone anywhere from $50 a day to $250 a day. And right now the sweet spot for this ad's around $200 a day. And the audience that I'm using for this is just what I found has worked for me, is over the past 6 to 12 months, I used to only run like one lookalike audience, and it started to get really expensive. And I don't know if you guys are experiencing this too with Facebook ads, but it's becoming harder and harder to target your ideal client for a good cost cost. So what I've been doing for a lot of my ads is I've been going a little bit more broad in my targeting. So for this one in particular, I've got 3 lookalikes that are stacked up, and that's going to give me probably about, I imagine, I'm just going to delete this, but it's going to be around 3 million, right? It's what I imagined it being, around 3 million. And when I exclude audiences, sometimes it doesn't show it. But yeah, it's around 3 million. Okay. When you do a 1% lookalike, it's going to be around 1 million. And if you add any like age restrictions or gender restrictions, you're also going to make it even smaller. So I've just found that this audience size works really well, at least 3 million for me, especially when you're scheduling for a schedule, like you're optimizing for a schedule, which is deep in the funnel. So if you are optimizing for those things, a little bit bigger of an audience can work well. So this is my setup. I've got a 1% lookalike of qualified sales calls from the month of May 2023. This audience has just worked really well for me. I've got a lookalike of the schedules over the last 180 days. And then I have a lookalike of my top clients who've paid me the most amount of money. And this was taken in May of 2024. Okay, so those are the 3 audiences that I've got right now in this ad set. And again, it's giving me an audience size around 3 million. Okay, I use automatic placements. I keep those on for the most part. And then in the ad level itself, this is the ad, right? It's a super simple ad. I have single image turned on. I have multi-advertiser turned on. I typically don't do this. I think I honestly might have turned this ad on before they even had multi-advertiser. So it just got added by itself, but it's on. It's working, right? And then inside the primary text, this is my style. I know there's a lot of marketers that like to control all of their primary text and just have one primary text per ad. But I believe in Facebook. I believe in Meta, especially when I'm optimizing for deeper in the funnel. So I'll give it 3 different copy variations in the primary text so that it can pair this primary text with this ad and put it in front of the right people. So that's why I have this whole thing organized here is I have 3 primary text variations of this. And then I also have 5 headlines, right? And they're all pretty similar, right? Free Facebook ads mini course, free Instagram ads mini course for health coaches, master paid ads to get more coaching clients, free Instagram ads mini course, access today, free Facebook ads mini course, access today, right? Because it does teach both Instagram and Facebook ads, right? So that's turned on there. The learn more is my call to action here. And it's just going straight to my ads funnel. Now, this also is new. What I have turned on here, I'll just show it to you. And honestly, again, some of these things I don't typically turn on, but this is how it's turned on. I have image overlays. I honestly would have taken those off, like knowing now, but again, it's working. So I'm not going to change it. But the image overlays, if you can kind of see how it does here, it'll put on more primary text. And since it's a text-based ad, I typically wouldn't turn these on. I think I turned these on before I knew a lot about these optimizations, or maybe they even got added and then, my account just like added it to them. Even this visual touch-ups, that doesn't look as good. But again, the ad's working. Music typically don't, I don't know, I might have put the actual song on there. No, it's automatically putting music on there. I typically don't like that either. But again, it's working. So I'm not like changing it. 3D animation, it might move. Hopefully it won't, but it's going to do all these things essentially to try to make the optimization event that I'm asking for, which is booked calls, lower. And it is working. So again, it kind of weird because I typically turn a lot of these things off, but they're on right now and it's working well. And then, it's going to my ads funnel. And then I always use a URL parameter at the end. If you're not doing this yet and you're running conversion ads, you're wasting a lot of money, because this is what allows me to have this data over here and to be able to track and know what my cost per call is, cost per lead, cost per acquisition is with a software like Hyros. So you can do it with Hyros data, or you can kind of create your own parameters, which would be like, you can name these for different parts of the ad. So you could say like, black Twitter post could be something that you put here so that you know where the ad came from. But that's how I have mine set up. Really, really simple, right? So again, this is the ad. I have 3 primary texts, 5 headlines. I have this in front of 3 stacked lookalike audiences. So it's called a lookalike stack. And it's driving to this page. So let me break down the full funnel for you, because there's some stuff in here that you're probably not doing in yours that can save you a lot of money. Okay. So first off, this is the landing page, and notice that this says online health and fitness coaches, right? I really just am optimizing this for health and fitness coaches, right? Again, that starts at the ad level where it says how to get more fitness coaching clients, right? You can see it here, health and fitness coaches. They get here, health and fitness coaches, right? Even inside of here, I'll get to that in a second, but I actually have a drop down that eliminates people. It's pretty smart. All right. So Facebook and Instagram ads course, how to sign 10 to 20 clients a month without sending cold DMs. Okay. Now there is a little bit, I'll be honest, a little lack of congruency here because this says how to get 5 to 10. This says 10 to 20. But again, this ad is working and so is the funnel. So I'm not touching it. Normally this is $9.97, but it's free today. That is true because this is a very in-depth mini course that has a lot of information inside of here. Again, if you guys want access to this, there'll be a link below. You can go through this full thing. But it goes over the follower funnel, it goes over the messenger ad funnel, and it goes over a sales funnel, which is essentially what I'm going over right now. But it goes through in detail of how to set each of those things up. So, our program, again, is like between 5 and 10K. If you're getting help with ads, it's closer to 10K. This is free, but this is $1,000 worth of value. I have no problem saying that because I know that there's 6 hours of content in here, okay? And then I also want you to notice that I put in here, this only works for coaches who have less than 10 clients. Now, when I pop up here, if you don't have 10 clients, don't submit this form, focus on organic. My ideal client is a health and fitness coach that has 10 plus clients if they want to do ads. So I'm like disqualifying pretty aggressively right here, right? I don't want you to fill this form out if you're not this, right? Because I only want people who opt into this to be my ideal client. Because what that does is it allows Facebook to learn who is Matt's ideal client. How can I find more people like Matt? So let me continue and share with you guys more on what's on this page, right? So first off, this is just an image of the course, right? With a CTA button on top. Because this is valued at so high, this opt-in percentage is around 40%, 40 to sometimes 50% of the people who hit this page will opt in, which is astronomically high. Okay. When I look at like my free training VSL one, it's like 10%, 20%. This is so much greater because I'm giving away something that costs money and is very highly valued. So this is another one of the reasons why my cost per lead and cost per call are so low, is because my throughput into this funnel is so high. Inside of here, after that, it just kind of breaks down what's included. It goes over the follower funnel, right? That gets you followers every day you can DM. It goes over the messenger ad funnel, the free training funnel, and it also comes with Twitter Canva posts. So like this, a template like this, if you guys want it, just go down the link below, opt into the mini course and you can find it in there. But come back over here. It comes with that. It also comes with some video scripts and templates to create high converting ads, right? I do hold my ChatGPT stuff, the ChatGPT prompts and stuff like that are for my paid clients because it just spits out incredible copy. But there is a template script that you can use to launch your first set of ads, right? Total value of $9.97, but you can get it free right now, right? Click I want to learn more and then put your stuff in. Right. And then last little bit here is just a little bit about me, just a photo of me to build a little bit of trust. In this course, here's what you're going to learn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give me access. Okay. Super, super high converting funnel page. Now, let me show you something really special. I actually learned this from somebody who I hired to help me with my ads maybe about 6 months ago. It was August. August. We were noticing that the quality of leads coming through our funnel weren't the best. So what we did is we actually added on this one. I haven't added it to my free training VSL funnel because the lead flow and cost per lead is already so high. But what I did is I started to disqualify people on the form itself. So I have name, phone number, email, right? And then right underneath it says, what type of coach are you? And inside of here, I have fitness coach, nutrition health coach, life coach, or other. If they select other or life coach, they do not get any of my follow-ups. They do not get to an offer page, okay? Like if they put life coach in and they push access, I'll go ahead and do it. It's going to send them straight to the school mini course, right? Now, come back to this. If they fill this thing in and they pick nutrition coach, it's going to send them to an offer page. See what I'm doing here? I'm disqualifying people. They can't schedule themselves without following the funnel the right way. So then when they're here, I have an application that pops up right here that allows them to fill out an application that then sends them to a calendar page. So because the throughput of this funnel is so high, I add more steps in between. We used to not even have this application here and people would just book themselves. But what I realized is that, this funnel actually converts really high, but we were losing people because they were just booking themselves and they weren't indoctrinated on who we are and how we help. So I recently added this application here, which is filtering out more leads and only allowing us to invite people who are good fits to the call. So one of the things you're gonna have to manage as you grow a team, especially if you have like a sales team, is how do I keep my calendars full for my closer and stuff like that without like just having crappy leads on there. So you have to become very diligent of canceling calls and stuff like that. And that's what we've done. We've added so much friction to this funnel because if I didn't have friction, I'd have a full calendar of unqualified leads because the offer is so good, right? So on this, here's an offer page, and this is just, again, calling out who it is. The mini course is sent to them via email. Here's a quick little overview of our offer. We'll make your ads and help you sign 5 to 10 clients a month in as little as 30 days. Okay. And then schedule a demo call below to see if you qualify to add 10 to 20K a month to your health coaching business. And then they can apply below. Okay. And then down here is a full sales page. Again, because they don't really know us yet, I wanted to just have a full sales page. This is just more information of like, actually all this stuff that needs to get updated. But, here are some of the scores that we had recently. 9.6 satisfaction survey, the average revenue of a client who works with us for more than 6 months, the total made by our clients over the last 12 months. Again, I think this is now, it's a lot higher. It's a couple million higher now. I need to update that. And then just some case studies and people saying, oh my gosh, this is so helpful. And then hitting on the problems, does this sound familiar? Listing all the problems they're experiencing, and then more case studies, more, trophies, more social proof, right? That's the full funnel here. And then FAQ at the end, boom, right? That's the funnel. Now, let me show you again, because when people filter out on this page here with this form, what type of coaching do you do? We use Go High Level for our automations, but this form here is when this form is submitted, right? They're then going to get the email sequence, because they're still going to get the email sequence, paid ad mini course email sequence. They're going to get added to my mini course tracking sheet. And let me go ahead and show that to you. You guys, I'm pretty organized. I'm pretty proud of all this stuff. So let me just show it to you. Okay. All right. So this is my tracking sheet for all the leads that come in. And I actually look at this daily because, as you can see, the type of coach, I want to make sure my funnel is bringing in the right people. So most of our people, I want to be fitness, nutrition, health professional. I'm okay with the occasional life coach, but if this comes in and I'm getting a ton of crappy leads, I need to change the ads. So every morning I look at this to make sure, okay, cool. Is the ad still bringing in ideally our avatar? And if it is, I'll keep it on. If it's not, I need to change the ad, right? And I actually have the UTM parameters, which get passed over through this, right? So I'll come up over here. I have my last attribution source. So this is like a custom tag or custom value that's inside of Go High Level. So it passes it through to this form so that I know what ad it came from. So you can see it says Facebook ID, and then it says ad ID. So then I can just quickly glance and see, okay, cool. What ad is bringing this in, right? You can see I think most of this is that same ad set that I've got going on right now. But if I clicked on this, I could just copy just the ad ID number here. Man, I'm giving you guys a lot. I could just go to this ad ID number here, come back to my ad account. If I have multiple ads going to the same campaign, if you just click this little search icon here, I can paste that ID number, go to the ad, and I can find the actual ad that is bringing in these leads. So if I was getting a bunch of them that were life coach or other, and they weren't ideal, I could go in and know exactly what ad it is, and I can turn it off, right? This is ninja level stuff right here. Okay. Ninja level stuff. I'm telling you. So that's a way that I just keep control on the quality of it without seeing, well, how many calls we book. It's like, well, I can see, well, just make sure that the people who are filling out the form are my ideal clients, right? So after that, they'll then go to an invite from school, right? That automates the link to them. So even if they are disqualified or qualified, they'll do that. I'll then remove them from all other text message and email workflows. And then again, here's my condition. So again, if they are a fitness coach, nutrition coach, or health professional, they'll get texts. If they are not, they will not. So I do not want to pay for leads who are not my ideal clients. So I do not text them. This will just automatically move those leads to abandoned inside of Go High Level. And then the other ones will actually move to my leads category inside of Go High Level. And then when someone responds to that initial text message, I have an automation in place that moves them over to prospecting, where our team or myself, whoever's available, will respond to that lead, invite to call, right? And do the thing, right? So this is like how we just keep the pipeline really clean, okay? This is how I scale my business. I'm very organized and very clean. I like seeing all the data. And after that goes out, like I just have a text message sequence. I even have a second one if like they have opted in before versus if they have never opted in before, right? So if they've already opted in before, they already have a tag in here. It says mini course opt-in. And then what they're gonna get is they're gonna get text messages that are gonna be coming out. I like to have like multi messages come out. So it's like, hey, Sam, just saw you grab my free training or my mini course, send. Were you able to access it? Send. That gets a way higher response than just one like block of text. So I have a bunch of stuff that's just like programmed out. It's typically 3 to 5 days of texts. And the whole goal again is just to get them to respond. Then we'll take over a manual conversation. If we can help, we'll offer a call and book them in. Cool. So that's the full workflow there. And then again, they're getting put into the paid ads mini course. Inside of here, this is like the main meat and potatoes of the course, right? So whenever someone joins, they'll get access to this. But this is all of my paid content. And it's actually all all just a placeholder. So there's actually nothing really in here, but it's all locked to them, right? So like nobody can get access to it, but this is actually what my paid group looks like inside of my Growth Accelerator group and all the content that's in there, okay? Plus there's a little bit more in the Accelerator group, but all this stuff is locked. So when someone comes in, they can just see essentially my ads mini course of how to launch ads, not how to scale ads, not how to, once you get a lead in, organize it like I just showed you in the DM with Go High Level or any of that stuff. That's not there. It's just, you just learn how to launch ads, right? Which is the first problem people have. Then once they do that, they're like, well, I'm not making money. How do I make money? What's your follow-up game look like, right? What's your ideal client? What's your sales process look like? That's what we help with, right? And then the calendar, same thing. So like here are a lot of the calls that we have in our paid group. I put them in this free mini course here. People can see all the calls, but all of these say, hey, this is for mastermind members only. If you want to apply, here's the link, right? And all of them are that way. So the only way they can join those calls to get access to the curriculum is by booking a call with our team, right? And that's it. So my links are pretty much everywhere for us to apply. And we have 2,400 members in here, 2,400 members. We have new people who join every single day. And every time I post a YouTube video, like the one you're seeing right now, I'm just going to post it in here. And when I do post it in here, I have the option to send an email to everybody. So I post all my new YouTube videos in here. Anytime I host a masterclass, I post it in here. And I also have my email deliverability service through ActiveCampaign, which I'm emailing 1 to 2 times a week. So the people who are in this ecosystem are going to see my organic content on Instagram, on YouTube. They're going to see my emails that come from school. If they're on school, they're going to get notifications in school. And they're also going to get my weekly emails, which are providing more value on how to create Instagram ads or just how to grow a coaching consulting business online. That's how I grow my business, right? So right now, I'm going to come back to my ad account and just show you guys what I have going on. Yeah, right now I've got a mix of the mini course ads as well as the free training ads. So you can see since over the past month, I've spent about $50,000 on the mini course ads, another $50,000 or so on just the free training VSL ads. And, overall, like this one is performing better. You can see it's even getting in front of way more people than the free training ads are. 300,000 more people for the same cost for the most part. It's doing really well. Like it's good. Again, it's good at getting really cheap leads. I'd say cheap leads is in like lower cost leads. But what I'm finding is like, that's what brings them in. And I have to launch retargeting or video view ads or video ads in general on the back end once someone's already been in the course, so they can see my face every time they open up social media, okay? We're still getting most of our bookings from Instagram, like it's like a 2-to-1 ratio. But what I'm finding is that a lot of times the first click, as in like the first time that someone ever clicked my brand or my business, was on one of these mini course ads because they're so cheap to get cost per click. So this is building my audience. It's gotten me, 2,500 people in this group. And there's like thousands of people who haven't even joined the group. They just filled out the opt-in form. They're seeing my stuff on a regular basis. So this funnel itself is one of my favorite funnels to run. And I hope this was really helpful for you guys today. Again, it's just simple image ad just like this. Go into a 3% lookalike, go into this page where it qualifies and kind of triages them out, right? I have automations based off of that. And then they go to the school group where I'm broadcasting stuff and they see locked content. And then I just keep providing a bunch of value. Okay. That's my whole business model. It's like, I'm going to provide as much value as possible so people can get results with or without me. And then if they want to go faster, if they really enjoy it, they'll then reach out and book a call, right? To me, that feels really good. It feels really authentic. All right. So that's what I got for today, guys. If you guys like this and you're like, Matt, this was so cool. What does it look like to work with you? So the first link below will be for the mini course. And the link below that will be a calendar link. So if you do want to book a time in with our team to learn more about what we do, it'll look exactly like this. Book a time. We don't have as many spots available right now because our calendar has been full. It's been really cool. Like we've had a lot of people who have expressed interest. So if you are looking for support, go grab a link and grab a time if there's some that are available. All right. So that's all we got for today. Thank you guys. And I'll see you guys next time.